This test has 3 parts. In each part, you'll hear a number of different extracts. At the start of each extract, you'll hear this sound. You'll have time to read the questions before you hear each extract, and you'll hear each extract once only. Complete your answers as you listen. At the end of the test, you'll have 2 minutes to check your answers. Part A. In this part of the test, you'll hear 2 different extracts. In each extract, a health professional is talking to a patient. For questions 1 to 24, complete the notes with the information you hear. Now, look at the notes for Extract 1. Extract 1, questions 1 to 12. You hear a podiatrist talking to a patient called Kimmy Potts. For questions 1 to 12, complete the notes with a word or short phrase. You now have 30 seconds to look at the notes.
Thank you for letting me know about your condition, Mrs. Potts.
I've not had to remember so many details about my family in a while. Is there a reason why you wanted to know?
So sorry. It's because there is one school of thought that intermittent claudication may have genetic causes, and I wanted to rule these out before we move on to the discussion of treatment.
So wait, you think I have intermittent...
Claudication. But don't worry, the condition is manageable and treatable.
And you think it's been passed down? Well, like I said to you, my mum's legs are absolutely fine, and I've never heard of my dad suffering from any cramps during the night. Is there anything else that could have caused this?
There are a few causes, one of them being peripheral artery disease. Admittedly, it's a little premature in your case. All that means is there could be hardening of the arteries from accumulation of cholesterol plaques that form on the inner lining of the arteries. It may also be caused by a blockage in the artery, meaning that your calves cannot get enough blood. The cramps usually follow on and can be known as rest pain. It's usually the next stage. How long did you say that you've been feeling like this?
A good long while now, maybe 3 months or so, maybe even longer. I didn't really think anything of it at first.
I understand, but I'd like to have my diagnosis confirmed with some tests, and I'd like to do that as soon as possible.
That's fine. I'm more than happy to do that. What kind of tests will I need?
You'll likely need a scan to work out where the thickening or blockage is. You'll also need an ABPI.
Oh, wait. I think I've had one of those on the 13th of August. That's the one where they take images of the bones to see if there's anything that's broken, isn't it?
Not quite. That was likely a routine X-ray. An ABPI is an ankle brachial pressure index to test the blood pressure differences from your upper limbs and lower limbs.
Okay. What do I need to do for that? Can we have it done today?
We can, but to start off with today, I'd like to test the circulation of your feet. This will involve me feeling for your pulses and using a Doppler machine to listen to them. This will let me know if they are monophasic, biphasic, or triphasic, or in other words, have 1, 2, or 3 audible sounds.
Right.
I'll then pass this on to the vascular team, and they can take it from there with all the other tests that need doing. Is that okay?
Yes, I guess. I'm just a bit overwhelmed is all. 1 minute I'm absolutely fine, going about my day as normal. The next minute I'm keeled over with pain that comes and goes as it pleases. Now you're telling me that I'll have to be strapped to machines and have pulses taken and Dopplers shaking. It's all a bit overwhelming, you know.
I can understand that.
Don't get me wrong, I'm happy to go and see whoever I need to and have whatever tests that are necessary. It's just that I wasn't expecting this. I mean, I'm quite young, only 24, and I'm in excellent health. I've been eating a strict veggie diet for as long as I can remember, and I detox regularly. I wake up at 6 a.m. each morning so that I can do some exercise before work, and that includes Zumba and Pilates. Other than a short spell of diabetes in '06, I've never had any medical conditions or even any reason to go and see my GP until now.
I understand. It's tough to take in, but understand that we're here for you. All of us. And I'm happy to book a review with you in 2 weeks to go over the test results with you. Don't worry, Mrs. Potts. Really.
Extract 2, questions 13 to 24. You hear a physiotherapist talking to a patient, Eric Robertson. For questions 13 to 24, complete the notes with a word or short phrase. You now have 30 seconds to look at the notes.
I know that you've been seeing my colleague, Mel, and she has left me some notes, but because it's your first time with me, Mr. Robertson, would you begin by telling me a little about your shoulder and the treatment that you've received so far? Let's start from the beginning, shall we? How did it happen?
Yes, well, I've had this problem now for 7 to 8 months because of an incident with an ice pick. I'm an ice packer, you see, so I'm constantly having to make this sort of motion to dislodge some ice. One day while I was working, I found that my shoulder just packed up all of a sudden. The pain was so intense, like nothing I ever felt before. And when I went to my GP the next day, he booked me in with Mel. And now you.
Was it the first time anything like this had happened?
Yes, it is.
And how long have you been at your job?
For 3 years.
And what were you doing before that?
I was working in a warehouse. I've always had similar jobs in a warehouse, picking and packing, that sort of thing, since I left school at 16.
And you're...
25 now.
Okay. What about your medical history? Any related injuries before?
No, nothing. I mean, I've been diabetic since I was little. The diabetes, that means that I have to have insulin injected into me every day in my tummy. But I don't know if that will affect my shoulder. Other than that, nothing else.
Okay, Mr. Robertson. So, today I'm going to teach you 2 shoulder exercises that you can do at home that are really simple, okay?
Can I borrow a pen? I'd like to write it down.
Yes, of course. First of all, I'd like you to relax your shoulders. You would need to lean over slightly, allowing your right arm to hang down. Then I'd like you to swing your arm in a small circle, about a foot in diameter. Perform 10 revolutions in each direction once a day. As your shoulder pain subsides gradually, increase the diameter of your swing, but never force it. Increase the stretch by holding a light weight, only about 1 or 2 kilograms, in your arm, okay?
Okay, and how often should I do that?
Only once a day. Have you got that?
Yes, thank you. You said that there was another exercise?
Yes. It's called the cross-body reach.
Oh, Mel showed me that one. That's the one where I would use my left arm to lift my right arm at the elbow and bring it across my body. She said to exert a little pressure to stretch the shoulder and to hold the position for 15 to 20 seconds.
That's it. You'd aim to do that one 10 to 20 times a day.
All at the same time, or should I space it out?
I would space it out.
Okay, thank you.
Is there anything else you'd like to go over?
No, I think we've covered everything. Are you allowed to give me medication, or is that something that I would need to see my GP for?
Medication for your shoulder pain, you mean?
Yes, please. I was on Cocodamol before, but that was changed because it wasn't working fast enough. Right now I'm on Codidromol because I'm not allowed to take aspirin, and that seems to be working just fine for the pain.
Let me have a look at your file. Oh, yes. Your doctor has authorized this, so yes, it looks like I can prescribe some pain medication for you. Let me have a look at this a little more closely.